If you don't know who this guy is, you need to know him, guys. He hosts the biggest one loft race in the United States. This is Jim Ward. I've been watching you promoting the one loft races. It's something that I've been intrigued in. And this year, I'm really seriously thinking about sending 12 birds. And so I want my flyers out there that don't know really much about the one loft races to know a little bit about the Hoosier Classic. What is the Hoosier Classic all about?
Hoosier Classic is a one-loft race that started back in 2013. We're in our 11th season. Just like any other race, when we first started, it was a very small race, and over the years it's grown. I think it was 2018 we brought in the big prize money, the $1 million payout, and we've been doing that now for 5 years. Since then, other races have come up and are paying equally the same or a little bit more. The one-loft race industry has grown. That's what we wanted to see for the sport. And that's where I believe the sport is headed, especially in the areas where the clubs are gone. You don't really only find your club racing in bigger cities. Out in the rural areas where we live, they're all gone. So one-loft racing has stepped up, and boy, did it really boom in the last 10 years. Now we have over 50 races here in the United States.
I know it's tricky for some of the clubs, but this is something that you can get involved in. Still breed your pigeons. You can still buy high quality pigeons, but it's easy. You don't have to really do much of the heavy lifting. You basically do most of the heavy lifting.
We do all the training basically from the time you wean your youngsters until the final race. We're in full control of your pigeon. And going back to the one-loft races in the United States, there's races out there for everybody. If you want to play with the small prizes or no perch fees to the races with the big prizes, paying out $250,000 for first. There's levels of races
Different
for everybody,
levels, yep.
And that's the great thing about it.
Now that's good to know as well. So there are different levels, right? You're at the highest level, so that's really good. What is the rate to send one bird to the Hoosier Classic?
So the Hoosier Classic, we require a $200 perch fee, and after the birds are trained out and we have the 100-mile activation race, it's $600 entry fee. There is a better deal if you send more pigeons. You could pay six for 1,000, so you're basically paying for 5 and get one free.
Oh, so that's an incentive to send a few more. And so if you want to send one, you can send one. You want to send two, you can send two.
Listen, we've seen people win that send 40 pigeons. We've seen people that send 1 or 2 pigeons. I can name names, but maybe I shouldn't. But there's a lot of guys who send 4 pigeons, and they have 2 in the top 50 all the time. It's not easy to do. You need good pigeons.
That's why we're here at the iPigeon Gala. People that are here are looking to find the best pigeons. Your race in particular, the Hoosier Classic, is how many miles?
The final race is generally 365 miles to 375 miles. So we start them out. The very first race would be 125, and they're built up. It's a 4-race series, with the final being approximately 365.
So 4 different races.
4 different races. We have a knockout prize. 33% of the birds are knocked out every race. There's many ways of winning. There's 250 prizes on the final race. We offer a women's division prize.
Yes, that's what for my wife out there. Maybe there's a race for the ladies now.
So for the first lady fancier to score in the race receives a beautiful trophy.
That's good. So there's a little bit for everybody, which is really, really cool. Yeah, this is a great thing you're doing for the sport to keep it alive, and I applaud you for that. I've seen your loft is breathtaking. When the birds are sent to your loft, what is your health regimen to keep them from not getting sick? Because obviously they got to be mixed with a lot of different birds.
That's a great question. That starts at home at the breeding loft. Races are won and lost in the breeding loft. A fancier needs to be up to date on his vaccines, especially with the youngsters.
So you should be vaccinating before you send them to
I would vaccinate a minimum of 14 days before you ship to any one loft race. If you don't know how to vaccinate, find a friend that can help you. Trust me, it'll pay dividends in the end. It'll keep your birds healthier, because once you're mixing your birds in that loft with hundreds, maybe even thousands of other pigeons, it's like your child going to school in kindergarten. After 3-4 days, they come home with a cold. You're mixing with all these different viruses.
Right, different viruses, right.
So when they arrive at us with the Hoosier, we again vaccinate for PMV and Rota. We pox the birds. We treat the birds for worms. 4 weeks later, they get a booster vaccine for PMV. We do monthly parasite checks for coccidia and worms with the veterinarian.
Right. I never knew about this, that it's actually that intricate that you actually do those kind of things. One last question I have. So if I'm going to be sending birds to the Hoosier, how old should I send? What do you recommend the age to be?
I always send my birds out 50 to 55 days old. They could be as old as 60 days. I wouldn't rush it. There's no need to rush your pigeons off. Get a vaccine or two into them. Let them mature a little bit. The older, the better.
I was thinking the younger the better because you don't want them to get lost or be too fat, too strong on the wing.
It's not just a Hoosier. I would bet anything out there that any one loft race could settle any age bird. Older is better for health. Your success is going to be much better if you hold off and wait a couple extra weeks to ship your birds out. And I'll guarantee you they'll be settled just fine.
Stop right there, guys. I need your help. I'm trying to grow this channel, so I'm relying on you guys out there, all my bird lovers, all my pigeon lovers. If you love the video, which I know you love these videos, subscribe to my channel, guys. Please like the video as well. I look forward to providing a lot more in terms of knowledge, inspiration, and showing you many more lofts. Thank you. Now let's get back to it. You heard it from the one and only. This is the man, guys. Jim Ward, I want to thank you so much for this interview. Guys, if you're interested in a real big money pot one loft race, this is the man to send your birds to. So I want to say thank you one more time, guys. Keep flying, keep watching, and we'll see you in 2025. Houdini style.
Thank you.